let's stream. Let's do streaming. 'Cause I said so. Well, I just started it. Hopefully it works. Man, yes, I am streaming. Woo. Wait, is this... There you go. Okay. I know what I'm looking for now. All that matters. I'll wait for everybody to be here, because I know that that's something that will take a little bit. Okay, 10 people here. Sweet. Hey, how's it going? I'm going to be streaming for the next, like, hour or so. And then break down any news, because Comic-Con is happening right now. Like, literally right now. I'm going to follow the news on my phone. So I'm getting confused by that camera right there, because that's me like 20 or 30 seconds ago. Oh, shit. Did that fuck up the camera? Give me a second. Nope. All good. Love the content. Thank you so much, Brent. Been watching you forever. Thank you so much, Aaron Williams. I appreciate that so much. The event is starting right now, and so I'm going to be following a lot of the news here. Fuck, I cannot look at that. I'm going to be following a lot of the news here. Also, I apologize for swearing. I didn't mean to swear in there, but so yeah, I just got to type in Walking Dead, or I guess Daryl Dixon. And so the announcement of anything right now. Thank you so much for being a supporter of the channel. What I'm going to be doing, actually, because sorry, I didn't stream last Sunday. I was sick, and then my kids got sick on Monday and Tuesday. It's just been a mess. So what my plan is I do want to have like emojis, I guess is what they call them, for members. So if you're a member of the channel, you'll be able to see just like whenever you do certain things there, you know. I want that. You good, bro? Yeah, I'm good. Hoping for a Rick announcement. That's what I'm hoping for. I hope we do get that. I think that'd be awesome. We have 85 of you in here. Awesome. But we only have 15 likes. So let's get the likes up to 85. If possible. I think the record for likes, since I've been counting them the last couple streams, is like 100. So that would be sweet. But anyways, so I'll keep track of it on my phone, because I don't want to miss your guys' messages. I don't have a dual monitor situation going on anymore because of my cat. Well, I'm not going to blame the cat, honestly. I had the monitor like just sitting up like that or whatever, and then I had my window above it, and so what would happen is the cat would always jump on the thing and then like jump off. And I was like, that's fine. Like he's done it so many times, it's not going to happen. Then one time, nope, jumped on it, smashed it. My 4K monitor too. It wasn't even this one. So, not fun at all. Give me a second here. I still got on the right pages and stuff, so I know what I'm following for news. Honestly, just type in hashtag The Walking Dead, and just kind of scroll through Twitter through the latest. There are Melissa McBride's not there, so that's confirmation that we have now. But the event is likely happening like right now. Oh, we jumped up to 50 or 43 likes. What just happened here? What did I press? That is not where I wanted to go. No, wait, what? They keep telling me bitrate issues, and I'm just like, anyways, I'll get into some of the questions here. Likes is the heart button? Yes. Ooh, we're at 49 now. All I care about, honestly, is my goal is I'm not going to be like, oh, get 500 likes, this and that. I just want it to match like the viewership numbers. So if I'm at 91 right now, it would be nice if it's at 51 likes, but to get it to 91 likes, right? That'd be sweet. What time is the event happening? It's happening right now, like right now. I actually wanted to stream earlier, but I had to run out and grab something. So I'm back here now, though. Yeah, 96 people here now. So I imagine that might climb up a little bit more. We'll see. Is the Walking Dead panel right now? Yes, the panel is happening right now. I think there's a way to watch the panel, potentially. I don't know. But for how many seasons will Daryl Dixon go? Season 4 is the ending. They confirmed that at the Comic-Con in San Diego. That happened, I'm not sure when that was. It was in summer sometime. So that's the final season. I think it's good because if they do it then, you can actually get into things, I think, like much faster, for like the characters reuniting and all of that. That's kind of why I'm like any event now, ever since Andrew Lincoln said they're in talks, any event they're having now, you have to be like, is there going to be a Rick Grimes movie announcement, or not movie, but Rick Grimes return announcement, right? Because Comic-Con is today. It's happening right now. And then there's also one next week, which is like, what is it called? It's just like a celebration of like 15 years kind of thing. So, oh, you sent me a, what was that? $2 or $2, £2? Not sure what that is. Super chat. Is that euros or pounds? Like yeah, I have no idea what that is. Apologize, but I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that a lot. Well, never disappoints. Thank you so much, Joseph. I like you, Joseph. Everything he just said, 100% true. He never lies. So, yeah, spam that like button. We owe it to him. This content never disappoints. That's right. I've never made bad content before. Oh, man. Also, to who joined the membership thing, yeah, just thank you for that as well. Pounds. Okay, pounds. Yeah, I'm never sure. Like, I have a friend that lives in England, and I always kind of wonder, like, just we always talk with the little things like that. There's just like she'll say this and that, but like there's this one like thing when it comes to that I just do not understand. It's the euros but pounds, and I'm like, are they both the same thing? Or is it equivalent to like here in Canada, I say bucks. So it's like, oh, that thing will cost $5. You could say $5, but $5 is kind of what I say. But you always make my day. You're positive and you're amazing. You're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you so much, Jacob. That means so much. I like the cozy lives. I wish I'd seen your content since the beginning. This is my first time seeing ya. Yeah, well, I haven't done a lot of streams like this. I mostly stream like this on Twitch, but just because I kind of wanted to do that, but I've been kind of thinking of doing more streams like this here on YouTube. And I missed last Sunday, so that's kind of why I want to do one here for Comic-Con. And I'll still do my stream on Sunday, so this is kind of making up for that. And it's just usually about an hour stream as of right now. I'm kind of testing it out. Just do an hour stream. Just about really all of that, so... What's new with Rick News? Just joined up. Well, nothing yet. Nothing that I've been following. Apologies. I'm yawning, but I'm not tired. Trust me, I'm wide awake right now. I just want to find some more stuff here. The problem, too, is... Oh. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna ignore that. Anyways, if anyone else is okay, well, I'm subbing. Awesome, thank you so much. Like I do stream on Twitch sometimes, for sure. Well, mostly I've been streaming there, but I kind of wanted to start streaming here. I don't know if I'll do games here, but like Q&As like this for an hour once a week, I think would be kind of fun. Obviously, I appreciate all the support, like super chats and everything like that. Does a lot, obviously. Like I'm, single dad, 3 kids, doing it all on my own, so that should help so much. Black Mirror, I'll watch sometime. Black Mirror was really good in the first couple of seasons. I wasn't the biggest fan later on. I'm sure the seasons were good. Ugh. I apologize. I'm not tired. I'm sorry, but I'm not tired. But that was a good show for sure. Did Rick show up as his brother? No. You know what? I hope that I know that is a theory out there that they would want, like they want someone. I guess I don't know if it's Andrew Lincoln to show up as Rick's brother. It reminds me of like soap operas, like way back in the day when I used to. Well, when I used to embarrassingly watch soap operas all the time, because I literally, like, when I was, well, I must have been like 12. I used to watch Days of Our Lives all the time. But there's an episode, I think, of Friends where he's like Dr. Drake Ramore or whatever. But there's another thing though where he comes back as his brother. Is that what it is? I can't remember. It's been so long. But I used to watch Days of Our Lives all the time. So anyways, to answer your question regarding Rick, I don't see Rick just like Andrew Lincoln coming back to play his brother. That's just kind of insane to me. For the It series, yes, I will be every single Sunday. I know I missed a Sunday. I was sick, and then my son was, or both, actually, my daughter and my son were sick. My youngest wasn't though. But yes, I really want to prioritize fresh content and more content with me on camera and do fun editing and whatever. Yeah, just because like I honestly am getting so bored doing the type of stuff that I'm doing, and like I love the videos I make, but I would like to be on camera more. But I will, I'll still cut to like images or just this and that. Like I'll have a mix of a lot of it, to be honest. But this way, the thing with this is I can have an actual conversation about something that I want to talk about, and I don't necessarily have to constantly cut out like the silences of when I'm like right there is a good example. I would have cut out that silence because audio only, you're hearing just audio. In a moment like that, you would be watching me and you would see me be like as I'm talking, right? So it works. So chat, is this real? It's real. Not sure what you're asking is real, but it's real. MOVIEidol, when do you think they would make the announcement? I don't know. First of all, there's nothing confirmed about an announcement happening at all. It's just Andrew Lincoln's been talking about things. Norman Reedus has been talking about things. So now I am just wondering whether or not we'll get something like that right away. Hope, my favorite Days of Our Lives. Oh, Hope, like the character Hope? My favorite was John, I would say. You know what? Okay, I don't want to get into the whole Days of Our Lives thing here because this is going to be clipped. But my favorite character was Sean. I loved the whole Sean and Belle storyline. I was so obsessed with that. And then when he got taken, like that whole storyline back in the day, I was just like, what is going on? And like people think he's dead, and like just that whole thing. I love that storyline. Anyways, is there a panel tonight or something like that? Yes, there's a panel happening like right now. Ooh, a super chat. That's my book, The Age of Evolution. Sure, sounds good. Thank you so much for the 5. Is that, I guess that's $5 or 5? I don't know if that's an Australian or what, but you said. Sorry, I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't see that great, but. Yeah, could you shout out my book, The Age of Gods, When Humans Transcend Evolution? Yeah, there you go, you guys. There's that book right there. Go check it out. AUD. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Thank you so much, though. I appreciate the support. Do you think they will do a reunion show with all the characters back together? Like Rick, Michonne, Daryl, Negan, etc. I'm guessing it will be around 2030. I think that they're probably planning it for 2027, just based off of what they're filming right now for these shows. I think Dead City, because you know it's okay. So I've been wanting to talk about this too. They're doing something really interesting with Dead City, having season 4 be filmed back to back with season 3. So, and this is all a rumor right now. This is a rumor, but it's from a really credible source. Because obviously season 3 was confirmed, not 4. But season 4 is supposed to start filming in January. So it'll take a couple of months. Maybe they're done by March or whatever, right? Daryl Dixon, season 4, they're probably going to be done the next couple of months here. So once they're done, and then Dead City's done early next year, there is nothing else. In terms of filming, they have all the content now. So they are free to do whatever they want in 2026 pretty much for filming, or early in 2027 for filming, right? So when I look at that, I'm like, it makes sense to start filming maybe next summer, and then they announce the show next summer or now or whatever. But then they film for a while, and then they work on it, and then it comes out late 2027. To me, that makes a lot of sense. What is my zodiac sign? I am a Gemini. I don't follow all that stuff, but yeah. Oh, Deuce, it looks like you have someone wants to check it out, asking if you have a link. It's on Amazon. Nice. You know what? I was thinking about writing a book because I want to come up with merch and a lot of things, and just have things going. And I was like, I should come up with like, I'd love to write a book, but I'm like, what would I write the book about? The only thing I could write about with it really would probably be just with myself, and I'm like, that would be boring. So I want to write a book so bad. I just don't know what I would write it about. I hope they bring Connie back on The Walking Dead. I don't know, honestly, because like for me, I kind of ignore the story part about it that makes sense if Daryl goes back. Like Connie will be there, right? Sorry. My only thing about it though is it depends on where they film. Depends on who they can get back, and I think that's the thing. If they're getting all of these people back, how many episodes? It's all a money thing, and I don't think AMC likes to do that a lot, right? So I don't know. I really don't know about that. I hope they do the train story with Eugene. Well, there's a lot there from the comic, because for those that don't know, so what happened in the comic was, I'm not sure that's what you're talking about, unless you mean beforehand. What I think you're talking about anyways is there was a scene beforehand in the comic at the very end where it teased the future of everything, and it was basically connecting, I guess, the east and the west sides of the country. And it was like this railroad, really. It was kind of like going back to the beginning. They're building this railroad that works and that can get you from this place to that place safely. So that's a really exciting idea, and I think Eugene to work on that idea and actually get that done. Like, there's so many places a story with all of them back together can start. You can have little things like that, you know? Yeah. It's such a rewarding experience movie. Awesome. Kirkman needs to take back the rights. Do an animated adaptation of the comics. Can happen. I just don't know, honestly. Because why can't they just do it now? Right? Why can't they just do something right now? But it has to do, obviously, with... I think it has to do with the feud or whatever happened between Kirkman and AMC. Which is unfortunate, because the thing that made... It's so interesting, but whenever there was a Comic-Con event, if you had Kirkman there, it made it way more exciting. Like, honestly, I was way more excited for Kirkman to be there than Andrew Lincoln, because when he's there, it's like, oh, this is the story. And there's something more credible about everything. And to have as a moderator, Chris Hardwick. Because when Chris Hardwick, was there and whatever, like, it's just, it feels like The Walking Dead. So I feel like, the moderator thing's not the end of the world, but the fact that he's gone, Robert Kirkman's not around really anymore, it just makes it feel less and less like The Walking Dead, which is unfortunate. Who do you see being the next big death on The Walking Dead? Well, I guess this show specifically, right? I would have to say, what would I have to say? I'm just trying to think. Hold on. I want to make sure everything's working good on my OBS. Yay. All right. I need to close this. Maybe I'll just leave it. Honestly, this doesn't mess me up. I know what I look like now on here. So, I would say, like, main character, probably like Roberto or Justina. Actually, I think both of them are going to die. I think it's a whole Romeo and Juliet thing. I think that one of them will die, and then Romeo's like, I can't live without her, because he said that at some point earlier this season. So I'm like, oh, he's gone. Like, he's going to die. Kirkman's rolling the success of Invincible. But like, oh my God, I apologize. But like, Kirkman, why? How much is he making from that though? I don't know what the deal was for Invincible, but this is the thing. So when you start something new, it's so exciting. That's what the spin-offs did so good in that the first seasons of all those shows. It was incredible. And then you kind of just like things die off every season. It just always happens. What doesn't happen is the ratings picking up and going like crazy, right? So that's what happened with The Walking Dead. The ratings were like good, and then it kind of somewhat picked up or whatever. But then season 4 or 5, it was just like, you know. So I think you need that. You need something that would make things bigger. But I don't know if The Walking Dead's ever going to get that again, because that was it became a cultural phenomenon. Like everyone talked about it. So I know those numbers are never happening again, unless it's 20 years from now and there's a next generation story and there's something about it that it works so well. Then I would see it for sure, because it makes the most sense. Like it would have to blow up so big, a whole other generation. Like this would be in the 2040s, like 2045, you know, like the world would be so different. Like I could see it happening for sure. Would you like to see a live action Invincible on TV? I don't know about that. The animated thing is honestly what makes it special. I'm not that big of a fan of them making that live action, and like because I haven't been the biggest fan of them doing the Disney live action stuff. I think some works for sure. I really like the Beauty and the Beast one. That was a really good one. I'm trying to think of other ones that worked. Like Lion King was horrible. Like I just I don't know what songs they were singing, but it bothered me so much because they just weren't singing it right. I know you can change it. Aladdin I thought was okay, but anyways, you get my point. I just think live action stuff sometimes when it's already animated doesn't necessarily work. I keep yawning. I really do not mean to keep yawning. I'm embarrassed by it. Take care and have a great weekend. Thanks for creating and sharing all of your great content. Thank you so much. Why can't I see that? This is insane. I literally can't see. Renee, that's insane. Am I tired? I'm a little bit tired, but I can get I'll get a bunch of energy. Trust me, like I'm good. They're doing audience questions now. Ooh, okay, this is what. Thank you so much for letting me know. If I do miss something, let me know for sure, and I'll talk about it. Like if there's anything worth talking about, I will. I'll be reacting to it here. I'll do a video breaking down everything after. Again, if there's just random stuff about the season again, like I don't know if I'll really go through it. Maybe I'll just do a New York Comic Con recap. But let's see. So I lost my AirPods. It would be good to listen to the event and then be talking with you guys at the same time. Hey, it's Valor from Discord. Hey, how's it going? Oh, Marvel Zombies. So I did watch Marvel Zombies actually. That was a little bit. I forgot a lot of the story. Yeah, you would have to remind me of that. I that's so weird. I watched the entirety of it like when it came out, like last week, and I just forgot it all. So, type in. Can't tell you. Oh, really? That is hilarious. So is that what happened there? But you're the one. Okay, so you're actually nice. Sweet. Hey, what's up, Colts? How's it going? We're at 80 likes now. Awesome. I'd love to get to 100 likes, but we will see. I mean, we're gonna need some more viewers. Share this everywhere. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of. Hold on. I gotta check OBS. Okay. I didn't realize how much I'm leaning that way. I was doing the Rick Grimes lean. It's great. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing awesome. Life is good. I cannot complain. My babies are happy, and I'm excited for episode 6. Type in New York. That's the link on YouTube. I would do that, but I also don't want. I don't know. Out the panel. I've missed your gaming streams. I know I have not been gaming for a while. I apologize. I used to do it a lot, but it's just I've been so just in a rut, really. Honestly, I've been burnt out. If you've noticed, I've not been posting a lot of content. I've been so burnt out just trying to, like, I'll think of all these ideas. I'm like, oh, I should go into an explained video of this and that, and but then I just so burnt out. I think it's just doing it for so long, like, I don't know. We're definitely not getting any Rick though. How he met. Well, it really. I miss. Okay, yeah. I think with the Rick stuff, it really depends on, is there going to be another announcement or like a fan asking the question? So we will have to wait and see. That part is what I'm waiting for, because there's that, and there's also like the press interviews and stuff that they will do normally, like just sort of around. Someone's gonna ask, like, "Oh, is this the end? Oh, Andrew Lincoln said this the other day. What does that mean?" That's the stuff that I'm like, there's no way they can avoid everything. Like, no way. That question depresses me. Are you still doing the Q&As for Wednesday? Yes. Well, I always try to have them out Wednesday. I posted it today, though, Q&A, so it is out. I'd rather you take time and do it when you're actually wanting to do it. Yeah. Well, the problem is I want to kind of build a set like this and just do something cool like this. Is my no. I keep forgetting it shows me as frozen up there, but I'm not actually frozen. There you go. I would love to do something more like this, put some stuff in the background or whatever, like a cool set or whatever of The Walking Dead, and or just zombie stuff, horror stuff, not necessarily just Walking Dead. And then, like, yeah, just I don't know how it would be, like if I came on here and I was just like, "Hey, everyone else going, welcome back, blah blah blah." Like I don't know. I don't know. But I do want to do different type of content. I want something else to be really excited about, that I'm just like, yes, I'm going to push to this. Like, I want a goal of like 1 million subs. Like, I used to have a goal of 100,000 subs and then 200. Maybe my goal should be 300. But like, I honestly just stopped caring. Like, I really stopped caring at a certain point. And you can tell. You can definitely tell. So yeah, I want this to be better, though. I do want to do more things, and I just want to post some good Walking Dead stuff that's like creative and fun, like a lot of fun stuff. I think it'd be cool. They're all in a fight. Oh, I don't know about that. If Jesus, I think Jesus could take on. Okay, never mind. Abraham and Daryl. Man, I don't know. Like, I would agree with you with Rick and Daryl because that kind of happened. I don't know about Abraham, though. Like, Abraham's really big. Like, I don't see that working out that way, but maybe. And then you have Daryl there as well. And I know Jesus is a really good fighter, but like, I don't know. Man, his death is one of the best deaths ever. Like, dying in that graveyard with the whisperers there, just everything caught him off guard. It was scary. It was a terrifying scene. Like, that was such a good moment. I don't think I've actually rewatched that moment since he died, which is nuts. Scott Gimple looking more bald every Comic-Con. It happens to everybody as you get older. I hope that I do not go bald, but I don't control that, obviously. What's going on right now? We are following news and stuff for the event. So hold on. Ooh. Yeah. So I'm just following news mostly right now. No, I have merch designs. I have a lot of stuff. Just like literally, I just have stuff like ready, but I don't have anything because I don't know. I think I just want to look at how I can do like really good quality. Like this shirt, amazing quality. I mean, you can't really see. Hold on. This shirt has amazing quality. I'm not even kidding. I want them more like this, and I just don't think the Teespring shirts do that. Unless there's a, I don't know. I got to look around. I have to like order stuff and then be like, okay, like I'm happy with this. Like people wearing this, because if you have a really bad shirt, and I'm so picky when it comes to t-shirts, like it's got to be almost stretchy kind of thing, stretchy but like soft, and yeah. So I got to look into all that, but yeah. It would be cool to see more people like surviving in the water. All these, yeah, I know. Like, imagine having a one season like random spin-off, original spin-off, just on like this large ship or something, right? Out in the middle of the ocean, lost all contact, everything's, and then they're trying to survive. People are turning to walkers. They locked off certain parts of the ship. They're trying to survive here. They're in the middle of the ocean. How do they get out? And then there's sharks around too and stuff. Like, that would be so cool. Like, why don't you do that? I'm sure there's a story there you can work out. It's just refreshing stuff like that. They got to do a lot more of. Not like World Beyond. Well, the World Beyond, honestly, as much as people don't like it, they built up the CRM a lot. It was exciting to see that Jadis and a lot of that. And Morgan got hands. Wait, did he? I don't remember that. It'd be cool to see more people like. Yeah, I just read that. Long time subscriber, love your work. Yes, definitely. I would say go and watch The Walking Dead. Daryl Dixon. It's a panel. Yeah, the panel is going to be over right away. I would say definitely go watch The Walking Dead. Daryl Dixon, because that show was. I mean, the finale is happening right away. So if you can watch season 1 and 2 really fast, and then the last couple of season 3, then you got 2 more. Episode 6 Sunday, and then next Sunday is episode 7. And then it's all the build into the final season. This is, for me anyways, when I'm talking about The Walking Dead, where things are the most fun. It's when there's like a build to something where it's like, is this all going to be over? Is it all done? And then usually isn't. But like, it feels like it, right? Like with The Walking Dead, in certain moments during that, it was like, is this person going to die? Is this going to happen? Where is this all going? So for, season 3, I knew was going to be more just of a casual watch. But once it's over, and then the build to season 4, that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm so excited for that. What do you think Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man character arc will be during Doomsday and Secret Wars? Is he in those movies? If he's in those movies, oh my god, I'd be so happy. I don't know what his role could be at all. Would he be in Doctor Doom's universe, like that world? No, I don't know. I really don't know how that would work out. Like if he's in it, unless there's just a bunch of different universes that they're all going to eventually go to one. But like I don't know how they're going to do that, because I don't know who's like in his universe specifically. I think it's just him. And it started at it did start at 8:30. So let me follow a bunch of news and look at a bunch of stuff, because not a lot of people post things right away. That is the latest. What? Hold on. I'll use the New York Comic Con hashtag. What is it? NYCC, right? Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. I'll go with the latest. Give me 1 second. I'm just kind of looking through this. Oh, yeah. And the whole thing with Melissa McBride not being there, I think it's really... She must have got sick. Because I know the event said she was going to be there, and I see people really upset about that. I think she was just sick or something. She would obviously want to be there, so... I don't fault, like, AMC or The Walking Dead or Comic-Con or any of them. Like, I just think that she got sick, maybe? Or there was something else she... Like, obviously, she would go there if she could, right? So... There is just so much stuff there. Honestly, I might just have to watch the panel and just kind of see what was asked. Oh, okay. They released a teaser for season 4 of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. Give me 1 second. I'm watching this right now. A lot of fire, walkers. I'm just going to fast forward here a bit. So they showed that teaser for the final season. That is hilarious. So it's like a postcard from the set that arrives. That is amazing, actually. Oh, did they reunite? That's so cool. That's incredible. Also, we're so close to 100 likes. That'd be awesome if we actually hit 100 likes. Okay, so they actually did release that. That's good. I'll break down that teaser. It's a final season teaser. I feel like with The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, there was a lot of hype. I think the hype for season 1 was like up here, and then the hype for season 2 was like here. Season 3 came back up a bit, not quite to like season 1 levels, but season 4 I think is going to be the highest because it's the final season. It's going to be like, is Rick at the end, or like how does he get back? How does all of this end? You know, so I think that that's probably going to be what happens there. Man, I wish I could just put my glasses on. Oh, we got to 100 likes. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. That is amazing. How long have we been streaming for? 37 minutes. All right, well, I will stream for another 20 minutes. So, yeah, 20 more minutes answering all of your questions. And then I'll do a video breaking down everything because I think that there has been stuff that they've talked about, but I don't know if it's necessarily out there. I'll just kind of get into everything that they're saying because they, even if it's not Rick, they would have talked about what they're doing for the final season and like how, you know, stuff about will we see Daryl and Carol after kind of thing. So I do want to cover all of that about the final season. But you said it's a beast and said Daryl stuff from the past. What would that mean? Oh, I wonder if it... So a concern I've had about season 3 is that they're going to hold back on... what am I trying to say? Oh, on all the flashback stuff. Because the flashbacks are just like they're, you know, happening constantly. And I feel like they could literally hold back on it until when? Like season 4, I guess. Maybe we get that. I don't know. It's just kind of my concern because you're saying rectify the past. So I'm just like, well, that makes sense, right? Yeah, I miss the early seasons of The Walking Dead too. I definitely do. I'm kind of missing season 3 a lot right now. I haven't watched that in a while. I would love to watch that. I think that'd be really cool. I just want to see the Merle and Daryl stuff specifically. I think that'd be cool. What else? Oh, my friend, she lives in England. She actually said she saw something from The Walking Dead season 1. She was like, I want to go back and rewatch it. And like, see, this is the type of thing that I've wanted to do, because you see so much reaction content. I want to do reaction content like this with a camera on and watch the entire series from episode 1 to all the way to the end. I've always wanted to do that. Whenever I went back and reviewed earlier episodes, like, that's not what I want to do. I don't know if I should react, because the thing about reacting is I know what's about to happen, so you're never going to see big reactions. Things might get emotional, I could tear up or whatever, like Herschel's death would be really sad, but or doing reviews like this, I don't know. Got a question for you. Ask me a question. Do you enjoy the spinoffs? I do enjoy the spinoffs a lot. Do you own Blu-ray of The Walking Dead set? No, the only Blu-ray I have for The Walking Dead is season 9, which I know is sad. But I've been wanting to get more and more though, because like remember back in the day they had really cool box sets. It was like season 4 I think had like a zombie that was like, it was like you see the moss and everything. It was like stuck in a tree or whatever. I want like that kind of stuff is cool. Been watching for many years, bro. Well, welcome to the stream. Will Morgan be back? He better be. Oh man, my I'm looking forward to Rick and Morgan. I think that's number 2 in terms of. So yeah, I'd be Rick and Morgan number 2. Rick and Daryl number 1 for sure. And then I don't know after that. Maybe I'll do a ranking. Why they chose to not mention Rick and all spinoffs. It's just so weird. Like, why? You know what it is? Okay, so for those that I've known this anyways in terms of hockey fans, and so you might not watch hockey, so you might not get it. And I am not a Leafs fan at all. So I've heard Leafs fans complain about this when it comes to like awards and all of that. And it's one of those things where that a lot of the journalists, a lot of the people working on TV and the broadcasters and all that, they're big fans of the Leafs, right? And so when they talk about them a lot and everything, and then when they're going to pick awards and everything, they can't pick awards or I feel like they almost avoid it because they know people are going to bring it up all the time. Or like, if they do vote in favor of the Leafs or whatever, then it's going to look like really biased, right? So I feel like when it comes to The Walking Dead, in that sense, it's similar. It's like they know if they bring up Rick that it's going to look like they're doing it for a certain reason. And I just think that it doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know. Like, I just think you should be able to say Rick. Not the Brave Man stuff. Oh, my God. The Brave Man stuff's so frustrating. Don't do that. Just do... Yes, Preds fan. You're a Preds fan. Awesome. Mate, from Sydney, Australia. Wow, Sydney, Australia. We have people watching from everywhere. Well, I'm assuming the Preds fan that you're from Nashville, potentially. I don't know, maybe somewhere else. But streams are here. Just want to chat with you live. Yeah, sweet. I will be here for another like 20 minutes or something like that. So, and then I'll be live again on Sunday. Mention him, like, especially in yes sir, sweet. Yeah, like, you gotta mention him at least, right? It's still so funny that Rick is like a big part of everything with The Walking Dead still to this day. Like, he's really, I feel like he's just The Walking Dead. Gainesville, Florida. Ooh, awesome. I've been to Florida one time. I went to Miami. Why did I go there? Oh, there's a concert, but we had to cancel the concert, or the concert was canceled, but we had tickets, so it's like, well, let's go anyways. Oh no, my mom was gonna go with my brother, and then my brother didn't want to go anymore, so she was like, well, I have a free plane ticket. And I was like, all right, I'll go to Miami. So that's how I went. And there was like what was it? Tropical storm happening or something. First time I ever experienced that. Ooh, we have a lot of places here, I see. From episode 7 of... Oh, I'll have to check that out. MI. Is that Missouri? From... Ocala, Florida, Asheville, North Carolina. Middleburg, Florida. A lot of people here from Florida. Really interesting. Uh, Trying to see. Hello, how's it going? Sorry if I'm squinting. I need glasses on, so I don't like wearing my glasses, so I have to squint to read because it's kind of far away the screen. So, are you a college football fan? And if you are, what's your favorite team? No, I don't watch. I want to get into the NFL though, for sure. I've been getting into the MLB, like baseball. I kind of get it. Like I've I've known of the Blue Jays and stuff throughout my whole life, but which they just won a round. I've been watching, so it's been fun. I watch hockey. That's my thing. Like hockey, growing up, I grew up in a country, and like that was all you did. It's just like lots of snow, so cold, -40. Just that's all you did. And it's just backyard skating rinks, skate, and yeah. But yeah, But you know, the comics, the governor took over. Oh right, that was the books, right? And then he went as his brother's name or something. That is really cool. I thought Tales of the Walking Dead was going to give us that. Like that's what I mean. Like that's the stuff that Tales should have done, just never did ever. Yes, that's right, Anthony. They did do that. It's exciting stuff. I thought they were going to win in the third game. I think it was 6-1 at some point, and then or I don't know, 5-1, 6-1, and then they choked. Like it was that simple. And then I was worried actually going into game four. I was like, and the whole game was 2-1 for so long, and then I don't know who made it 4-1. I can't remember now, but yeah, that was good. Uh, how do you think Daryl should meet Rick again? So I don't want Rick to be in Spain and bringing Daryl home. I don't like that. I want the CRM to save Daryl. So that's crazy. They're filming The Walking Dead right now, like Daryl Dixon. They could literally be having the CRM show up. That'd be amazing. But literally bring them home because they're finding all these ways to try to get home. Nothing's working. Well, help has arrived. And that could tie in the whole Laura and Ash thing, right? And maybe Laura and Ash, they come back with the CRM. And they're the ones, like, they all bring them there. But Rick's not there, right? I think that'd be incredible. And then you can just do, honestly, like, I would love it if there was just some type of story where, I don't know, like, Daryl doesn't go back to see Rick right away. Or, like, obviously he's going to. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how that's going to go. On Rick announcement yet? No, I have been. Thank you for so much for the shout out, or book shout out. Just sold my first copy after a month being out. Well, you're welcome, and thank you for. I'm sure the book's incredible. Comic-Con panel finished. No announcement. What stuff? Announced the Walking Dead stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff about Daryl Dixon season 3 right now. Talking about season 4 as well. They just posted a teaser for it. I don't know if they were asked about anything regarding Rick Grimes. The one thing about it is that there's going to be, because like, okay, so Norman Reedus mentioned the thing about Andrew Lincoln. That was mentioned during a press event before Comic-Con, which is like, so they actually did do a lot of press beforehand, so there could be a lot of stuff there that will come out in the next 20, 30 minutes, hour, or whatever. Just kind of have to watch it. But yeah, like if that happens, sweet. Yeah, I do wonder sometimes, because like, okay, if I was there and I was like a fan asking questions, I know what I'm going to ask. I would literally say, I would start the question with the context of Andrew Lincoln said you guys are in talks or conversations for him to return. Then would I say how far or how are those talks going? Or how would I don't know how I would ask something like that though. And like you have to kind of address it, right? So since Andrew Lincoln is British, visit UK. I wonder. There's nobody there. I know, right? Like that's the thing. Having is Lenny James British? I feel like he was. I don't remember, but like if he is, yeah, like having Rick and Morgan there, that'd be really cool. Like honestly, it'd be so cool to have a UK storyline. That episode was so good. Trying to be patient, but I'm getting tired of waiting on Rick to return. It's frustrating. Oh yeah, like I get that so much. It is like I wish that they would just do it like Marvel does it, or Marvel is like, here's our 5-year plan, or I don't think you can see what I'm doing. Like here's your 5-year plan, and you're gonna build up to these moments or whatever. And they just don't ever do that. You know, it is British, yes, okay. Like I think doing stuff like that would be amazing because then we know what's coming. Instead, it's very much just like, well, we'll have to wait. Like, why couldn't they announce The Ones Who Live? I know they didn't really know what they're doing because the movie thing got messed up, turned to a show, blah, blah, blah. But, like, why couldn't they announce a big event happening in 2023, 24, or whatever, back in, like, I don't even know, 2020, 2021? Like, anywhere around there. This way we know when that project's happening. I just feel like there needs to be a bigger plan in place with everything. Because the one thing that I think hurts The Walking Dead a lot is there not being a lot of excitement with, like, you know, planning things out overall. I think if there's not enough content, this is my thing with the spinoffs. So I love the spinoffs. Wait, Walking Dead Film State, Georgia here. I want to go to Georgia so bad. I want to go to, where did they film? I can't believe I forgot. I just can't remember. I wanted to go. I had an offer to go there actually during the final season. So, but yeah, I didn't end up going though. But I forgot what I was saying now. Someone asked. That's hilarious. We can't tell you that. Yeah, I mean they can't. Sonoya. Okay, that's right. Thank you. Yeah, Norman could never say that because like that would spoil everything. See, you know what ending I would want, and it's kind of controversial, but the ending I would love. Well, love's a strong word. I would say it would be interesting. Is if hold on, did my camera just get messed up? No, it didn't. No, but an ending I would like would be Carol stays and Daryl goes back to America. Oh man, like it would be such a heartbreaking, sad scene. They don't want to say goodbye, but you know, then it's like, you know, maybe because Carol has Antonio now, or just something, you know. I don't know. They got to build it up more still, but like that would be a crazy. But like I would love it though if then, you know, you get the characters to all reunite and you do all that, but then afterwards Daryl's like he says his goodbye because he wants to go back to Spain and see Carol because, you know, or then Carol maybe shows up at some point. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something just more interesting than the characters just leaving and going back to America because they're not going to all stay out there. They want to get the characters reuniting, right? So, since the oh yeah, that was in Dead City. I like that scene too. That was see, people can complain about Dead City season 2, and it's fine. Like there was a lot of issues there for sure. You know, and I talked about it actually in my Q&A video today. I mentioned that like the biggest thing about The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon is that it feels like this is this is the real show after The Walking Dead. It feels like you go from The Walking Dead to this show. Dead City, there's like no connectivity between everything. I think if Maggie was like say the story began with Maggie wanting to go move to New York City because she's leaving the hilltop, And so in the first episode, we see the hilltop. Cool. I know they don't have the set, but just do something with it. I don't know. You can use green screen, just do something. And she leaves the hilltop because she wants to start fresh or just whatever. Like, we don't even know why she left the hilltop and created the bricks. There's so many things like that. I think starting off there, and she wants to go and live in New York City. And then maybe there's stuff with New Babylon being involved or random things like that that are there, but she wants to make it more her home kind of thing, right? And maybe New York City looks a bit different than it does in Dead City. And then you have a reason, like Maggie wanted to live here, but let's see how things turn out kind of thing. Then there's a reason to go there, and it feels like it's connected. It feels like this is another part of the story. And then you could have other things, whatever. And then maybe she questions, I don't even know if I should be here. Maybe we should just go back to the hilltop. Literally kind of what Daryl and them are doing, right? Although they've just been wanting to get back in general. And then it feels like everything is like a part of that world instead of just doing these random like side quests, basically, right? So running variant walkers. I know. Actually, I have a question for you guys. So what do you guys think about the walkers turning faster? I have to watch some of the scenes just to really make sure, but this has been pointed out to me a lot. And I don't know if it's actually a thing or if it's just they're doing it for the story. Because I know sometimes they're like, oh, this person needs to turn to a walker right away because the scene has to end. And she's going to stay back home later. Yeah, I know. That's kind of like, because if you're looking at all of it, like, Carol went there to bring Daryl back, but she found, Antonio, like, maybe she'll stay. Daryl really wants to go home. So does Daryl stay here with Carol? Is Carol his home? Or is Alexandria just being back in America home, Was Rick Grimes home and all that? I think he wants to go back so bad. I think I really don't see him staying, and I think it would be one of the saddest things in the world. I don't even know if they could do it, but it would make a good ending for the show. It really would. And so, because it's heartbreaking, it literally reminds me of the Lord of the Rings ending, which is hilarious. So, which was like a really sad ending to just literally be saying goodbye to them. But I don't want Carol to just be gone from the story. So that's my only thing about it. But I think they will do a Next Generation series at some point. I'm guessing early 2030s. That's my guess as of right now. I think they're going to do the whole like reunion show and everything. That'll start 2027, I'm guessing. I mean, I'm literally just predicting, whatever, or guessing. So 2027, if that lasts a season or two, or 2028, like maybe it's 3 seasons. Like, I just feel like it's around there. That'll be it. And then 2030 maybe is the Next Generation show. It's kind of how I see it playing out. Well, I mean, I guess World Beyond, yeah. World Beyond is technically that, I guess. But I guess if you meant more of like the Next Generation with oh, my mom messaged me, sorry. The Next Generation with Judith and everyone. Holy man, why couldn't I remember that? I think Judith, for sure. I didn't like World Beyond. I wasn't a fan of it either. I think running walkers, they need to keep that in the reunion. Yeah, I know. I want the walkers to evolve so bad. Oh, man. Andrew Lincoln wants survival horror. That's the way to do it right there. It's not hard. You know what? You know what's funny? So I do not have really a lot of Walking Dead merch. I have a couple of things. I have there's a Once to Live poster right there. Fight the Dead, Fear the Living, The Walking Dead right there. That's when Rick's standing on the what is that? The bus, whatever, at the prison. I think, like, has his gun, whatever. I have this that I got during season 9. I really have to pull up this thing here. I got this during season 9. which is just so, so cool. This is from obviously the season 9 finale, the snow episode. This is like my like one Walking Dead Christmas decoration that I just keep on my desk forever. Ooh, super chat. 1 second, I will. 1 second, I'll get into that. I do want to grab 2 other things here real quick. And then I have I got Rick and Negan. Obviously they're pretty much from the same episode. I would say just look wise, right? These are those 3-0 figures, I think. That's what they're called. You know what I've always wanted to do? Because I've gotten requests to do that before, is like fan mail. I just haven't really cared to do that and whatever, but like doing that would be a lot of fun if you have like even figures or something like that, even custom made stuff, reacting to it, just making videos about it, be like, oh, look at this is amazing, blah blah blah, you know. Let's get to the super chat here. Rick gets comic death from Mason Beale. Ooh, so first of all, thank you so much, King Spade, for the super chat. I appreciate that so much. Man, you so could do that. That's a good idea, actually. Because obviously, you know, Sebastian, and we saw his story there in season 11. But, which also Sebastian's death that early and all, just everything there. Oh my god. They really ruined that. But with Mason Beale being the one just to do that because he's mad or whatever, and Rick is just like, oh, everything's good, I'm just gonna go to bed. Someone knocks on the door and he's like, wait, what? And just opens it, and then he kind of wakes up out of bed, you know, and Mason Beale's right there. Just shoots him, turns into a walker. Actually, that's not the reveal. I think it basically cuts to black pretty much, or whatever it is, and you're like, wait, what happened to Rick? And then I think Carl goes and sees Rick, and then opens the door and finds Rick as a zombie or a walker. Like, oh man. Could you imagine Judith finding Rick like that? That'd be nuts. And moments like that, it's scarier to happen now because we got our happy ending, right? Because we got that happy ending, I think that they could do things like that a lot more. I think it's more exciting, to be honest. I think it works. It's just, it can't happen in 6 episodes. That's all I'll say, because that'll be so frustrating. Oh man, I'd be so mad about that. Well, I did make it to the hour mark. We're almost at 120 likes. Honestly, everyone's just kind of hanging out, so I feel like I should just stay here and... Oh, what's going on with my hair? I've ever seen you. Oh, yay. Well, welcome, Kevin. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I've been doing these streams more. I will be doing them every Sunday. I missed last Sunday because our whole family was sick. Well, that, and there was also the Blue Jays game. Also, oh, I won't talk about it here. Really scary situation happened. It was just like a mess. We're all safe. Everything's good. But a bunch of stuff happened outside, on just outside there. Because the road, yeah, obviously the road's just like right there. But like, oh man, terrifying stuff. If you follow me on Twitter and everything, and I posted everything there. But that was just terrifying. Even the next day, I was kind of like shaking a bit. Honestly, like going to the car, I was like looking around, like I was terrified. Now I'm kind of, cool with everything. But for that next day, oh man, I am enjoying these live chats immensely. Yay! I love that. That's awesome. Should go on once the reunion show happens. I want them to do at least 3. I think with what they're doing, it's not going to be any more than that. Like more than 4 seasons. They can't just do one. That's crazy. All of this waiting for them all to reunite for 1 season. Also, so I'm not going to get into any spoilers for Cold Water, but Cold Water was 6 episodes. I totally forgot to do my review on that. I guess I should, but it almost ends on a cliffhanger. Like not necessarily, but kind of. Again, I won't spoil anything. So I'm like, if they were to do a season 2, would Andrew Lincoln do a season 2 of that show? And I'm just like, so he would do more like TV shows? Like, why wouldn't he do multiples of The Walking Dead? So I don't know. On the review for the remainder of 2025, I will be doing It. Somebody pointed out I did say It Chapter 2. First of all, Trevor, thank you so much for the dollar super chat. I really appreciate it. I keep saying It Chapter 2. It's the prequel series of It. I'm covering that every Sunday. And then Fallout Season 2. And then the new Game of Thrones series. What was it called? I don't remember what it was called now. It's the one... I didn't even watch the trailer for it yet. I think it's the one with Dunk and Egg. But I didn't watch the series for it yet, that trailer for it yet, because I want to do a breakdown or just whatever, but I want to be fresh on that. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Disney, for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. What do you think Rick's reaction to Negan's redemption would be? Oh, man. Like, that's what I mean. So this is why it can't be 1 season. There's so many things, like think of say they announce the show and it's 8 episodes. Man, even give it 10. Honestly, just say it's 10 episodes. Imagine having to have like Rick and Judith together in a scene, and you want to see them just like bonding and like everything like that, right? So it's like if you're seeing a lot of that, that's awesome. You're building up, character development stuff. You're seeing Rick and Judith have more of a bond, but there's Rick and RJ. You want to see Rick and Michonne. But then you want to see Rick and Daryl and a lot of scenes there. And then like Morgan's around, but then you got to build a story. Like there's so many things that they would really, really like need to spend time on. And then you have like Maggie coming back. There's Maggie and Michonne. They didn't leave on the best of terms. So I want to see that relationship repaired. And then, yeah, with Rick and Negan, like there's a scene from the comic, and it happens during the Whisperer War arc where okay, you're responding to, yeah, so there's a scene from the Whisperer arc where Rick and Negan are hiding in Alexandria in a house because you have so many walkers everywhere. Literally walkers and whisperers, betas in there, like everything. And so they're hiding like in this house trying to survive. And I guess they end up talking about a bunch of stuff. I want that. Oh, I would love that. Could you imagine, I don't know how they would do it, but like imagine they went to Alexandria again and then back in that cell because walkers are everywhere in Alexandria. And then Rick and Negan are both in that cell and they're now talking about everything. And that would be crazy. Like, oh man, just to have that conversation, because like the last time they talked, they were talking about like who's right, and I think at this point Negan would say that Rick's right, but again, I want to have that conversation, or I want them to have that conversation. I'm so confused on what this is. Okay, so you're commenting. Okay, I was just like, are these extra super chats that I'm not seeing? But no, that you're highlighting, I guess, Disney's comment here. Yeah, I agree. The virus question there, I don't know. I think, oh man, they're so scared to give us anything with anything virus related, like to explain anything of like, you know what? And there was some interesting stuff that came out actually, I think, with the wildfire virus recently. Because I think that's what it's called, right? The wildfire virus. So I should honestly do a video breaking down the wildfire virus because I've never done that. Just the wildfire outbreak. Like that's kind of what everything's called. Just everything from like the beginning, like the origin, like just everything that we know about the state of the world when everything first went down. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Sherry would have to. Yeah, that's what I mean. So bringing them back too, and that's the stuff with Dead City that would make it really good. Dwight and Sherry are there. That's like that is literally my complaints about everything. You want an amazing story, go there with everything. Simple. People are gonna be so excited. There will be a lot of talk of everything. Like it's so simple. It gets interesting. I know that stuff is always the most fun. I understand it to a certain extent though. Like you don't want things to be very science fiction like, you know? But I also think that we've gone to the point where we have walkers everywhere and you got to get into it a little bit more, I think. They just stay away from it so much. I so wish you meant or was a director, you could do it. I know I don't like I just wish that I honestly could speak with like Scott Gimple or some of the writers or whatever and like just literally just like give them some ideas. Like I don't want that to sound like bad or anything in terms of like their abilities. They're amazing writers and everything. I just would like to give my perspective. Literally I just show up here or phone call. Here's some thoughts on this and that. You know, like Call of Duty has done that with like some of the Call of Duty creators and all that. I would love to do that. Just give some thoughts on whatever. They don't have to take anything I say and actually whatever, but you know, that would be cool. Okay, I'm still gonna watch it though. Honestly, I'm okay with them dragging out the story if it's stuff that like matters, you know, because I like what Norman Reedus says, where it's like it's or Gimple said it. Who said it? The zombie movie that never ends. Because it's true. I've loved the zombie genre forever. When you watch like Dawn of the Dead or whatever, there's just always a point when it ends where I'm like, well, what are things going to be like right after? What happens after that? What about 10 years from now? And this is what we're getting finally. So as much as it can feel like, oh, this is too much, it's awesome to go into it here and there and be like, okay, this is yeah, you know, I just think that it makes sense. I don't know, like I would love for sorry, I got distracted from the super chat here. Thanks for making the walk down more fun with your content. It's been a big part of my enjoyment theorizing. Thank you, bro. Been a fan forever. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, I think what was I saying? Yeah, sorry, I got totally distracted from that question. Yeah, you know what? I don't do theories as much anymore. The reason is because I used to get like a lot of not necessarily hate, but made fun of for making theories. But man, I feel like that's the fun part about liking these shows, you know, being a fan of these shows is like theorizing of like, could this happen? Some theories are insane, but it's just fun to kind of, you know, talk about everything. I think that's the thing that I miss. I just miss that. And I don't know. 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. What time is it here? You have to be in Europe or something, because that's definitely not 3 a.m. here. It's a natural part of being a fan of something. You think about it all day, etc. Yeah, exactly. I miss that. I miss doing things like that. Like I used to do a lot of like Ireland. Oh wow. I used to do a lot of what if videos. That was fun. But then it's just always, yeah, I don't know. Have you seen Lost? I have not seen Lost. I don't know if I can ever watch it, to be honest. Just because I don't know the ending, but I've heard bad things about the ending, so I don't know if I could. Um, oh, I was going to read that comment, but the comment went away. Have you seen From? I have not seen From. I heard that it is good. I heard that the show started to die out a bit in season 3. Maybe season 4 got better or something. I don't know. That was just from my brother. But then again, I could have misheard him. He did say it was really interesting, though. I was thinking about covering that. Because pretty much what I want to do for content is cover horror stuff only. But just literally like, I don't know, zombie stuff, apocalypse stuff. So that's why I want to cover like, well, It. And then there's Fallout Season 2. But that stuff, it's just a lot of fun. So The Walking Dead, just shorter. Fear the Walking Dead could have been so good. I know. Parts about being a fan. Exactly. What if Rick meets Maggie's son? Oh, you know what? I have a video idea where I want to get into that, actually. Because what if Rick... That's the thing. If they all reunite, Herschel's going to be there. So Rick and Herschel are going to meet. Oh, my God. Like, that's going to be one of the best scenes ever. Just like... I don't know. Just like, how much does Herschel remind Rick of Glenn? Like, there's just so much there. Honestly, no one talks about them reuniting. Oh, it's not really a reunion, I guess, right? So, but no one talks about that specifically. Like, that would be so awesome. Is there an announcement happening? It doesn't seem like it. They've talked about a bunch of stuff. But I will have to... Yeah, look at that after the stream here. I was going to end the stream, but the stream is just building and getting bigger and bigger. So I'm like, well, I might as well be here for a bit more. I want your opinion on all the religious imagery being used in Daryl Dixon, like the whole stuff in France, the shrine in Spain, Daryl basically helping the needy, etc. Is Daryl Jesus? I don't think so. I think they're just trying to do a lot more of what's happening there, like culturally and everything, you know. Just they're trying to pay respects to kind of everything like that. Like, I don't think it's anything like they're trying to make it like that with Daryl. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Disney, for the... Hold on, I want to get that right. The $20 dono. Is that how you... Is that a short word for donation? Man, see, that makes it hard to read. It's the orange with the white, with astigmatism. I'm just like, Like, if I squint... Okay, I can see. What would you say is the most destructive group? For me, it's the end, is the beginning, Doomsday Cult from Fear. Ooh, you know what? You might have the right answer there. What is the most, like, destructive group in the history of The Walking Dead? The CRM, you could say, but they didn't really do a lot. Like, yes, they wiped out communities, but they didn't have a power of a nuke. That cult basically did. Man, could you imagine that? Like, that's why that season was so good. Could you imagine that storyline on The Walking Dead? Rick and them all freaking out about, like, this nuke that could be going off, and, like, you know, oh man, like, that season is so good. CRM in terms of killing, like, the CRM did kill a lot more people, yes. In terms of just the destructiveness of all of it, though, I feel like that group was terrifying. Everything about their beliefs was nuts. They all lived in a bunker. Like, the whole thing was just crazy. So I would have to say probably that group. Like, I would actually agree. Like, who am I more terrified of? It was for sure that group. The CRM, they might not necessarily kill you. Like, you might be fine. So, on the new Mortal Kombat 2 and Street Fighter movie, I would if I actually... Oh, you retracted the question. I read it. I would if I knew a little bit more about those worlds, but I don't know a lot. So, yeah, I don't know if I could. See Victor Strand and Negan meet. I think their dynamic would be fun. Oh yeah, that'd be fun. It's kind of like Princess and Negan, although I feel like did they meet? I'm pretty sure they did. I don't think it was like the best though. Also, Princess was a really interesting character in the final season. I thought I was gonna hate her because she was annoying in the comics. Like if you read the comics, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because it's just different. You can't see what she's saying, and you can't see the character, like because you're just seeing like what's drawn, and you're just reading the dialogue. So it's so different in TV show, and you actually see her, and it's like, okay, no, she's a lot of fun. So like in the show, amazing character. The comics, Strand would be perfect for Dead City. I know, Matt. Like Strand, honestly, my frustrations with him were like, I always felt like they didn't know what to do with the character, because they used to do a lot of like really interesting storylines with him. And then I think by season 7, well before that, but in season 7 specifically, he was almost turning to a villain. And well, he was, but they switched and he wasn't anymore. And I feel like they should have just like doubled down on it, just like make him the villain, because he was always kind of maybe a villain, the whole time. So I think if that happened, that would have been really cool. But awesome charisma. Oh yeah, them two for sure. That would be amazing. That'd be incredible. More Fear the Walking Dead characters in Dead City, like Strand. Yeah. Looking forward to it. Yeah, all those rumors of Alicia Dedham Carey being on Dead City. Like, why don't they do that? I don't get it. I feel like they would want to join The Walking Dead with some of the main cast, because they were always like a different show, but to be in something with the main cast would be incredible. You know what's interesting? I don't want to say I got a lot of hate. It wasn't, because hate's a strong word, but I just got a lot of arguments whenever I bring up Dwight in Dead City. But I'm like, this makes perfect sense. This show feels like an All Out War Part 3. It makes perfect sense to have Dwight there. You had Simon show up in a flashback. The Croat is apparently from the Sanctuary. There's some unresolved storylines with Dwight, Sherry, and Negan. It makes perfect sense. Have them a part of the story. But wait, what? Do you have any thoughts on a surviving nation? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I really wanted Strand to be in the helicopter, Rick at the end of Walking Dead. That would be cool. Alicia is a very awesome character, universe for sure. Yeah, I think she would fit that show. Great. The voice in the helicopter sounds so much like Strand saying to Rick, "You can't escape." Oh, you're talking about the end of The Walking Dead. Oh man, that was like, it's so funny. So when that episode happened, I was going through a lot of stuff beforehand, but because like, okay, so there's 24, right? 24 episodes. Right? Yeah, it was 8, 16, 24. Okay, so episode 23, after that episode, a bunch of personal stuff happened that week, and it really felt like I was not going to be able to review the finale. And I remember watching and then everything calmed down, things were good, and then I watched the finale, and then you see like Rosita's death and all of the Rick Grimes stuff. That stuff was so fun. Fun. Like I had my review for that video actually was trending. It was almost number 1. I think it might have hit number 10 or something. That was cool. Never had a video trending before. And it was just such a fun time, but it's so funny because the feeling I get around that time with that final episode, I can't go back and rewatch it. It reminds me of that horrible time in my life. Oh, man. But I can always watch that scene, though, because that was just amazing. God, I just remembered Travis's death. I know. That death was nuts. Falling out of a helicopter, like, what? What do you think? Oh. Well, I will say with the Croat, I kind of already know. I think, but I don't want to spoil anything. So is anything revealed? I gotta look. There was just a lot of conversations, and there's some teasers that have come out for the final season, kind of. So I will have to break all that down. Yeah, see, they're posting a lot of clips right now of what happened there. But You know what I should do a review of, which would be hilarious, is a review of the Walking Dead movie, because there's an actual Walking Dead movie that came out. It's not Walking Dead that we know, though. Last time there was... This is awesome. Yeah, I mean... Well, I did 2 of them recently. Yeah. I enjoy doing them. They're a lot of fun. No cap. I don't know what no cap means. The Walking Deceased. The Walking Parrot movie. Wait, is that actually a movie? No, it's called... Hold on. The Walking Dead movie. Hold on. If I can find a poster... See, no, AI is giving me a bunch of other stuff. Nope. I know there's a Walking Dead movie. Came out in 1995. Oh, hold on. I will show you a picture here. Wait, let me get rid of my notifications. Okay, can you see that? Oh, it's backwards, but The Walking Dead. I don't even know what it's about. It might not have anything to do with zombies. But literally, it's... Yeah, it looks like... It seems like it's a... actually, someone said something about Vietnam. It might be about Vietnam. It's not rated good. But if it's a Vietnam movie, and they are like The Walking Dead, because they're all gonna die... Like, I don't know. It's probably the only Walking Dead movie we're gonna get, so... Walking Dead coverage. You're welcome, Jackson. Thank you for the comment. Shane's death. What awesome if Shane's gun was never low. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Didn't John Bernthal say something like that? Right. It was during the scene with Rick and Shane. If the gun was never loaded or something. There was something about it that made it way more impactful that Shane didn't go all crazy. Like the gun was just never loaded. And then Rick afterwards might have been like, there was something about that ending that like it would have been so good. But I think Frank Darabont was just like, no. I don't even know if he was there for that part of the season. I know he left at some point during season 2. I didn't like Shane. Oh, I love Shane. I can't believe we're on the final, but I'm also the final season. Yeah, like that's kind of where I'm at too. I'm gonna enjoy these last 2 episodes, but I'm really looking forward to the build for the final season. It's gonna be so much fun. No, I think it's gonna be a separate show. I think they're gonna bring everyone back in a totally brand new show. I don't know what they'll call it. I honestly don't really want the ones who live season 2. The thing about announcing new shows is that once you do that, there's this huge like new audience boost because people will watch something if the show is brand new. If it's a season 2 or something, season 3, you're just like, I have to go watch this. But if you're watching something right from the beginning and it's this big event, Rick and Daryl reuniting, everyone coming back, you're going to check it out, right? It's just... So I think a new series makes the most sense. Yeah. A Walking Dead season 12 would be cool for sure. I just don't know if there's rights issues there. Like obviously they own it, but there is things there I still think with whatever. So I don't know. The season 12 thing to me, I think they would make less money because of that. I think they got to pay Frank Darabont. I don't know for sure. I really don't know at all. But I know there was a lawsuit and stuff, and I think that's why they ended the spinoffs. That's a rumor theory that I have anyways. Oh, thank you, Jaws, for the $5 super chat. Are we getting an announcement about Rick coming back, or is this just an allegation? Well, it's not necessarily an allegation. We're just kind of we're just wondering about it. because Comic-Con is now, so any sort of talk about it, anything in the press or anything like that, that's what we're all kind of wondering about, because Andrew Lincoln said recently that they're in talks to for him to return to The Walking Dead. So now it's just a matter of like, well, when is it going to be announced? So any big event that's happening, we all got to pay attention to now, because that could be when they announce it, right? So tonight, didn't look like they announced it, but I think there's another event happening. They're celebrating 15 years of the Walking Dead and just talking about the future. That's this month as well. I think it's in the next week or two. I don't remember exactly when it was, but I'm excited for that, because you're gonna have the president of AMC, I believe, there. You just a lot of higher up people there. And so I'm interested in like what they're gonna, talk about the last 15 years, celebrate it. I think Norman Reedus, a lot of other people are gonna be there, and just like the future, that's gonna be fun. Or if we're walking the Endgame series, oh, you took the comment away. The spinoffs cheaper to produce, is that why? No, I think the spinoffs are actually more expensive to make. I think that's why they've been kind of like, I don't know. If you notice, the budget's really high per episode. They could go back to like 3 million per episode. To be honest, I think they could. Like maybe a little bit higher now, 5-6 million. They could really do that now. I like the visuals. It looks cool. It's just the story's suffering with just the low amount of episodes. 8 is better than 6 for sure. It's not that much better though. Answer my question. Don't skip over it. I don't want to read that question. My app bugged out. LOL. Sorry. Oh. No worries. We're almost at 150 likes. We're so close. Also, I just told my friend this story. I don't want anyone thinking that I just drink monster drinks all the time, because I don't. I think I've had like a couple in the last couple of weeks, but before that, it's been like 5 years, literally. So when I used to go to university, because I used to go for physics, after my physics class, I would just go to the vending machine and get one of these. And so when I just did that, well, I didn't go to the vending machine. I got this at a store close to here. But I don't know what it is. It just takes me back to university and learning all that stuff, staying up all night, working on some sort of calculus question. And it was literally like one question. I'd work on it like all night until like 5-6 in the morning. And then I would still have it wrong. Like, oh wow. $10 super chat. Time. Wow. Hey, what's up, Corn Daddy? Thank you so much for the $10 there. I appreciate that a lot. Wait, did my cameras get messed up now? I forgot that thing's on. I gotta check. Okay, it's good. It is good. What qualifies you as a Corn Daddy? It's that's more of a what do you call it? I don't know. He's helped me or donated a lot on my Twitch streams and stuff. So, did you see the heart to heart clip? No, I didn't. What is that? And Gracie in a spinoff. I would love that too. That'd be cool. A nation survived and is. Well, that's the thing. Like, oh man. Like, could you imagine if they did a Tales of the Walking Dead episode that was like North Korea spinoff? Imagine if they did a Daryl Dixon episode. Wait, what am I saying? Hold on, what was your question again? I just completely... I just forgot what I was going to say. Oh, no. So imagine if Tales of the Walking Dead was like the Twilight Zone. That's what I wanted from it. That's literally all I wanted from it. And we kind of got it a little bit, but not really, because nothing mattered. Oh, that'd be so good. So good. Just random stories. Just like, oh, this episode takes place in London. And like, just, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I wanted the show to be. Ah. A few years ago, playing Dead by or Dying Light 2. Yeah, Dying Light 2 episodes. Why is it episode 7? Isn't episode 6 coming out like literally in a couple days? That's insane if it's episode 7. Dying Light 2, I beat that? I was streaming that. I don't know if I beat that though. Maybe. I could have. Yeah, I don't know. Would be good, Rick, for a reboot. For a reboot of Rick, I don't even know. I would have to really think about that, because a reboot is happening one day. Maybe it's not until like 10 years from now, but you got to remember, like, The Walking Dead started in 2010. I know things feel very recent almost. And like, I remember when The Walking Dead premiered. I remember the trailer for the first season of The Walking Dead. I was living at my mom's. I had this really small, like, just box TV, and I literally had it just on my VCR or whatever. I know it's 2010, but like, I had a VCR and DVD player, and I mostly used it really just for DVDs mostly back then. And I had cable hooked up to it though. I remember laying in bed, and the trailer came on and it was promoting The Walking Dead. And I remember seeing Rick Grimes. He was like in the hospital gown and all that. And I remember just thinking, oh, this looks really good. And I just never watched it though. I, uh, I never watched it until season 2 at the end. Then I watched it. And I've been a big fan ever since. I've just nonstop watching it. I've never missed an episode on any Sunday ever. So that's been 15 years almost. Premiering, watching it off and on. Yeah, like, actually what's funny is my brother and my mom, I don't remember which brother, they were upstairs. This is when I was living back at home, so, because I was like 17, 18 or something then. And I remember, because this would have been like 2010, and I remember they were just watching the first episode, and they're like, oh, you gotta check this out, it's so good. And I was just kind of like, I remember I walked upstairs, and they were like, oh, you gotta check this out, like, it's first episode, whatever. And I really was just like, I don't know. They were a couple episodes in, so whatever. I just went back downstairs, and I think they were watching it the next day. And then my mom and them were really saying, like, just check out this one episode, like the first episode. And so I was like, whatever, because I wasn't doing anything. I was bored, whatever. So I watched it, and I was like, whoa, this is a good zombie story. I want to see what happens next. And it was only season 1 at that time. I couldn't watch season 2 because season 2 wasn't on, I think, Netflix or whatever was on at the time. I had to watch it. It was airing on cable, I think, or something. And so I had to wait. And then I watched season 2 eventually. And then I watched season 3 on that Sunday when it premiered. The season 3 premiere. And I remember where I was sitting. I remember exactly everything of where I was sitting when Lori died. Oh. When Herschel died, my ex was actually, I had to pick her up from work. Yeah, because the episode starts or whatever time, but I was supposed to pick her up from work, but I was like, well, I want to watch the episode. She's like, don't watch it without me. And I was like, then I did. And oh man, I was stunned. And so when I picked her up, I was like quiet in the car. I was just like, what happened? And so I was like, yeah, I didn't watch it. And yeah, we watched it after. I just pretended that I didn't watch it. I eventually told her I watched it, but she didn't really care too much. Saw the first episode. Yeah, I know. It's called Walking Dead Legends. I don't know if anyone would take it seriously, though. You know, yeah, Rick is a really good character I've ever seen. The thing is, though, like, what's interesting about that Groundhog Day episode was that it made it so that, hey, what's up? It made it so that it was actually possible for characters to go back to Atlanta besides Rick and have an awesome story there. It's just, yeah, they turned into something else. I wish it wasn't like that and they were just trying to survive. That would have been a really good episode. I still don't know what to call my streams. I keep yawning now. It's not even that late here. The record. It hasn't been officially confirmed yet, but they're in talks right now. So, and they've been in talks for the last couple weeks or maybe longer. I don't know, but definitely last couple weeks for sure. So now it's just any big event. We're just gonna have to really wait and see if there's gonna be something announced. A Canadian spinoff. Honestly, a Canadian spinoff set. Where in Canada? Not in British Columbia. I'm just trying to think of like the setting. I would like it to be like winter. I don't know, honestly. Somewhere in the prairies, I guess, would be cool. Just because it's very simple, like just like country life. Kind of feels like the roots of The Walking Dead, you know? Or you could just go to like Alaska or something. I feel like somewhere like that would be really cool. Do we need Manitoba, Canada, or Saskatchewan? Yeah, or like Alberta. Ontario, maybe like the northern part kind of thing. Just anything where it just feels very like rural and like they're in the woods still. They're trying to survive kind of thing, you know? Hey, what's up, Kim? Would be cool. You know what? That would be cool. Imagine if they started in Toronto. It was like the city, but then they eventually left. Curiosity is fear. You know what? Is your name Wolfie? I can't see. Or Wally? Wolfie? Sorry, I literally can't see. But I would say if you want to watch any season from Fear the Walking Dead, watch season 6. Like if you watch the first 3 or whatever, I would like check out that season. It might be confusing as to where some of the characters are at that point, like Morgan and stuff, but they do a good job kind of like I don't think you need to watch stuff beforehand, like kind of a little bit, but honestly, just watching right there would be really cool. Because you get that whole Teddy arc, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. Dead streams. That's a good idea, actually. Dead streams, because like live streams, but dead streams. I could. That would work. Because I want to come up with like a logo for it and everything so I can have in thumbnails. Then it's like every Sunday where. Because every time I've streamed, we've had more viewers this time because we kind of went up to 100. But it's usually about 70 to 80 people. So this could actually work. This is actually something that would be fun. And then obviously it would just kind of grow and grow as people realize that I'm doing something new here. So Morales will return next episode. Trust me. I mean, it's funny because, well, see, it's not that funny because somebody knew of the spoilers for Morales returning in season 8, but I didn't know that. And so they were saying, oh, Morales is returning. And I was like, oh, whatever. And then Morales was there in episode 2. And I was like, what? Like season 8. Oh, that's still the most I can like. And I remember because I was like, oh, could this be a, I remember all those theory videos I was doing too at the time. I was like, could Morales, like, obviously he was a savior, but like, see, that's what I mean. I wish what they would have done was had Morales join Alexandria and just make it back there. And then everyone's like, Morales, like, how'd you find us? Like, it's really strange, really weird. But he's like, oh, you know, but basically he's a spy for the saviors. That'd be so awesome. And then he has a bigger part of the story. But no, he's there for, I don't even want to say 2 episodes, to be honest. It was 5 minutes, if that. And then Daryl shows up, because Daryl did not care. I guess Daryl never really met Morales, so. But Morales was going to kill Rick, and Daryl was not putting up with that. So. Chat of the dead. Stream of the dead. Sometimes I don't know. Welcome to that content, in my opinion. Troy lives again. I know, crazy. I can't believe he actually made it back. That's insane. Major character die soon? I don't think so. I think a character should die though in the reunion show. I think when the characters all come back together, something big should happen there for sure. And I want the characters to argue and fight, and because you don't want them to always be on the same side. You definitely want characters to be like, so I would want that for sure, but not on these spin-off shows, I'd say. Open world games. The ones who live 1 to 5. Wait, what do you mean? Like what of episodes 1 to 5, and then the finale, or like just out of 5? What would I rate the ones who live out of 5? But yeah, your first question there. The only game that I know is Red or Undead Nightmare or whatever from the first Red Dead Redemption. That was so much fun. I don't know if it was really open world. It kind of felt like it. That was a lot of fun. Oh man, that was my first experience playing Red Dead Redemption. Actually, are safe exactly, Jessica. You don't want that. How do you feel about it? Well, if I had to rate it out of 5, like the ones who live, I have to give it a 4 out of 5. So that'd be like an 8 out of 10, 80% or whatever. That's like an A or something. It's not like an A plus. It's a really good show. Like that first episode alone, oh man, it's almost a movie on it in its own self or whatever. It's so good. And then those next couple of episodes are also good. Episode 4 is also a really amazing episode. 5 is like they're just good episodes, but 6 to me just like, oh man, it just ruins so much stuff. And I wish I could give it a 10 out of 10, but I just can't. Because it's not just ending the CRM stuff. It's just a lot of little things with how they ended certain storylines, and like how it's just things were so rushed. It was insane. Michonne got that. What was it they're trying to find? It was like a document or something that Jadis had, right? She just went in there and got it and walked out or something. It was so easy. So it's just stuff like that. There was a lot of issues with that that episode. I just Rick versus Beale was just kind of underwhelming. Really cool conversation, but so I would have to say, like, ignoring the finale, just those first 5 episodes there are good, and the first one's my favorite. It's such a good episode. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. Okay, I will stream for another 12 more minutes, because I've been streaming this long. Let's make it exactly 2 hours. And then, this is almost like a podcast. It's kind of hilarious. So, yeah, I'll make it 2 hours, and then I'll end the stream, and then potentially get to work on a video. I'm not sure. I don't know if there is any news. I'm going to look through everything, because there's like a lot of stuff sometimes with like just getting interviewed, walking down like this red carpet kind of thing. A lot of the times there's things like that not a lot of people will know. So I'm going to look into all of that and just see. And obviously I will post on like Instagram or whatever, anything. So, and then do a video on it. This is awesome. The new awesome thing, man. Thank you so much, Zombfected Gaming. I would wear my glasses. I don't like my glasses. Here, I'll show you my glasses. Wait, I gotta pull up this thing. I don't like these ones because they're not the main ones that I wear. Like they're not good glasses. First of all, they're all bent. I just do not like these glasses at all. Like really, like I would prefer to have more like almost like aviator, like Jeffrey Dean Morgan's glasses. I want to get some like those. Those look so awesome. Just like have it tinted a little bit, a certain color. I don't know. I think that would be cool. And then I would wear them on stream. Then I can like read everything so clearly. But you can call me Michael. You know what? I actually want to watch. So actually, I'll let you guys decide. I have to wait. I was gonna love your content, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm gonna be going live a lot more. Because I was always doing it on Twitch, but it's like I don't have the same audience on Twitch because I'm not a Twitch streamer. Like I try to stream, but like, I don't really stream. I don't. It's not like but I am a YouTuber, so I'm like, why don't I just stream on YouTube? And yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh, awesome! Both of you are watching it. That's so cool. Sort of season's not gonna lie. I know I'm not a big fan either. But I was gonna say I'll let you guys decide. Where it's at, bro. Yeah, it seems like it. So I'll let you all decide what movie I'm gonna watch tonight because after the stream's over, well, I gotta do some research on the Walking Dead stuff, and then I'm gonna watch movies. So for every month or every day this month, I'm gonna be watching Halloween content, basically, or Halloween movie. So I have been watching a lot of stuff like Trios of Horror episodes. I've been going through a lot of that. There is what else is there? Trios of Horror. I'm trying to think of the movies I've watched. I was gonna watch Resident Evil, but I didn't. Casper I watched. I honestly have been forgetting, but I've been watching a lot of movies. So, but I haven't decided what I'm gonna watch for tonight. So I did want to watch Late Night with the Devil. That was a good movie. I watched it in theaters, but sometimes your content cheers us up. That's awesome. I love to hear that so much. You know what? I used to get like fan mail or whatever, just a lot of messages of people saying stuff like that. That stuff makes me feel so good. That's amazing. Just the fact that I can just help anyone having a bad day, because trust me, I know what that's like. I watch Ed Gein documentary, Netflix. It's sick. Oh, was it the monster one? I just watched that actually. My thoughts on it. I'm not a fan of the voice, but I got used to it. I understand Ed Gein's voice is a bit higher like that, but it's not entirely like that, though. I think the explanation was his voice got a bit higher during just being around his mom or whatever. And so I get being in certain situations because he really loved his mom, right? I get being in certain situations where maybe his voice would go higher because of that, but I don't know. It just happened like all the time. I think the use of his voice being like that the whole time, it just felt a little off. So, but that Ed Gein show was, I enjoyed it. The ending got weird, but I know that I think Ryan Murphy was the director or the whatever showrunner or whatever of the show. Didn't he do American Horror Story? Like I'm trying to remember, but if he did, that explains a lot because American Horror Story did the same thing a lot. Like we'd have this really cool story, and then it would just go in this direction, this direction, this direction. It was just like, what is going on? So I think that's just sort of his style of writing a TV show. Was somewhat guilty. I think with her, man, I mean, from what the show tells you, I would say, yeah, just because she knew about what was happening. So it's like, say something because someone else can get hurt. But like, I don't know if it was like that in real life. There's a lot of just like, I don't know what's true necessarily with certain things with that. So I don't know. You got to know Trailer Park Boys, right? Yeah, I used to watch it way back in the day. I have not watched it in a long time. I met them actually, and they compliment. Well, okay, I met the Trailer Park Boys and Stifler, like from American Pie, and I don't remember who said it, but they complimented my hair. It was wild. It was wild. Like, I was on my way to guitar class, and I saw them there, and I guess they were there, I don't know, signing autographs or something, or they were about to, I don't know, or maybe they just finished up, or something like that, because I was literally, but like, it's funny, because Stifler was like, or Sean William Scott, I believe his name is, He was there in my high school. Like it was nuts. I think I was 16. I think I was about 16. Guts and Glory. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I saw Slash and Beer McCreary actually they wrote something. That was really cool. But it's that's for Deathstalker the movie, which I think I might check out now. Twisted Metal. No, I know of the games though, but I never really played them growing up because like I had a PlayStation, but I mostly played Nintendo stuff. So after Ed got in trouble on herself, I think that is what happened because she said something about having like a 20-year relationship or whatever, and then all of a sudden she's like, actually, never mind. No, it's not going to be like whatever. I am actually going to go and visit Ed Gein's the town, Plainsfield, Wisconsin, I think, next summer. I want to make like a vlog out of it. I'm interested in like just I don't know being in that town. I watched that documentary and it just really stuck with me, And I don't think I don't know. I just want to know more about that world and what it was like. And it's such a small town. If you actually look at the town where that took place in, it's a really small town. It kind of reminds me of where I grew up, actually. So, what social do you communicate with fans the most? I would say, honestly, Instagram. That's the one I want to use more. I don't like Twitter. Twitter is just, there's so much horrible stuff on there all the time. And I'm just like, I don't want to see that. I'm not interested in this, not interested. But you can't get away from it. Instagram, awesome. So yeah, I think Instagram, I would say for the most part. Like whenever I make a post or if you reply to stories and stuff or whatever, then I usually communicate there or live streams. I'd say, the whole Dead City season 2. Yeah, I would agree with you. I think it is better than Dead City season 2 for sure. Yes, it's so funny. Episode 5, like of season 3 of The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, was technically a bottle episode. Like it was actually a bottle episode of The Walking Dead. It was because he's trying to get to Barcelona, right? So on his way to Barcelona, this thing happens. So it's a bottle episode. It's just like this thing that happened on his journey there. This is why The Walking Dead worked so well with 16 episodes, is because you would have this goal of whatever, but they were working to get somewhere. And you would get moments like this, slower moments. That would be exciting, though. So that's kind of what they're missing right now, is that, I think. It's just like, I don't know. Honestly, like, I don't know if they ever go back to 16. They just, because 8 works, but it only really works. It doesn't really work. Because, like, once the show's over, we got to wait a whole year to learn anything about the show. And I thought originally that having, 8 episodes of that and 8 episodes of Dead City, it's like 2 different stories. But you're still waiting a whole year each for each show. So I'm just not a fan of that. I'm really not. Empty if it ends. Well, I think The Walking Dead will be around for a good, 5 years for sure, still. I think they're all going to reunite probably 2027, 28, somewhere there. That could be a couple seasons, maybe 1 season. They'll do something after that, obviously. Yeah, I think we'll just have to wait and see on that. Like the next couple of years for sure. Like we'll still have The Walking Dead. I want them to go to 2030 because then that's 20 years of this incredible run, and then do the Next Generation show. That's what I would love. Wait for the reuniting. Exactly. I know. And then I would say make a filler episode of a. Yeah. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I know. So, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Slow. That's the thing. Like, The Walking Dead used to be that. It was a lot of very, very slow moments that built up to a big moment. And you would get episodes of, I'm just trying to think of random episodes in season 7 or 6. Just the characters just a supply run. They go and do this. But you just get those moments that, like, I don't know, it's so hard to explain, but it just worked so well. Now it feels like we're just jumping everywhere constantly, all this stuff happening. They're here, 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 here. It's just like, it's just not fun. So I don't know. I think, yeah, they need more episodes. I think more episodes just to flesh out the story, the cartoon. If they did an animated show, it probably would work. I would want them to stick to the comics though, and the thing about that is there would be no Daryl. Like that, he just would not exist because he's not in the comics. Although I do wonder, like, could they do that? I wonder if AMC could do it. I feel like they could do that. Like, why not? The thing is, they don't do animated shows, though. So I don't know if they would. Yeah, I agree, Adam. Yes, exactly. Simplistic horror, having the characters. Like, I did that on Instagram. So I don't know if you saw on Instagram, but on Instagram, I did like a. Because the power went out here for like a while, actually. And I was like, it's funny how when things like that happen, you think, oh, the apocalypse is happening. And so I just did what Rick did. Like, I lit a match and I was like playing the Walking Dead theme song. That was cool. It was just, there's something about like you're in the dark and you have this match and you're walking around. You can't see that great, but you can see something. So it's helping you. And then it starts to go out, or it's like burning your fingers and you're just like trying to survive. I get that. Like, it's so down to like the just bare bones, just basic survival, like down to its roots. It's like boots on the ground, trying to survive in the woods or just whatever. And with the characters being so powerful now, in a sense, because they really know how to survive, you need these unique situations to make it work. And I think that's why the Variant Walker stuff was so exciting. They gotta do something. Hey, well, welcome. Yeah, no, I guess if I don't show my face too much on the channel, it's always going to be shocking for people. Yeah, I know. I would too. Just Normal Life in Alexandria, I would still watch that. I think that's the thing with the show is I just love the world and the characters so much that sometimes episodes that are just like so boring, people will complain like, "Oh, nothing happened. It was so boring." But I loved it so much. Like, it was just a fun episode to watch. I don't know. It's just, I would watch anything with The Walking Dead for the most part. Like, with these characters anyways, obviously. Oh, we're at the 2 hour mark. So if you guys have any last questions, let me know. And it's throwing me off. That's hilarious. Well, I do kind of get that. I get that comment a lot where it's just like, yeah. Your phone. I had a feeling you would look exactly like your profile. Yeah, I based it based off of the. I was skinnier when I did that, but yeah, that is when I did that just because. Good stream, thank you. Next live. So I will be live again on Sunday. Ooh, what time? So it will be. It doesn't have to be before 6. I'm trying to think of when's the best time to stream. I don't know what the best time to stream is. Maybe I can do a poll on the channel and figure that out. I got to... so my plan is to do 3 videos for that day. I got to do my review, trailer breakdown for the finale, and then another one talking about the scene, one scene anyways from there that I really liked. And then I want to do the live stream. So once I get those 3 things done, everything's scheduled, ready to go, and then I can stream for a time. So it's going to be later, most likely the evening. I just don't know a specific time yet. But once I do figure that out, if you have notifications on and all that, you'll see that. It's not shocking, it's surreal. I'll be here, bro. Your voice is relaxing. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that. I don't know how it's relaxing, but I do. I appreciate that, though. I didn't mean any shade. No. I would love if they have some sort of evolution with the walkers to be a threat of the reunion series. I know, that would be cool. Definitely would be cool. And then maybe I will go and get contacts soon. So then I just, putting contacts in is so hard to do, to be honest. It's like, I can do it, but I just feel like I'm scratching my eye. But anyways, I had so much fun here. Thank you everybody for the super chats. That honestly, that stuff helps out a lot. Also, someone became a member of the channel. I will explain a lot more in depth the scary situation that I dealt with there, not there, but dealt with here recently. Stuff that happened outside. Just I'm still nervous going outside. Not as much, which reminds me I do have to go outside right away actually. Yes, and this time of year does feel like The Walking Dead. So I'm trying to think of what else. I was just saying thank you. Yeah, thank you for all the support and everything. It really helps a lot. And I will, I will be live on Sunday, so that's 2 days away. Also, if anyone's Canadian here, happy Thanksgiving, because we have Thanksgiving in October. I know everyone else in the States it's in November, but I review 3 years. Yeah. The new stuff, yes. And I am in a new house, as you can, well, I don't know. If you're a member of the channel anyways, no one here is a member, but if you are a member, you probably remember my old videos or vlogs or whatever that would talk about stuff. Obviously, this is totally different. So, happy Thanksgiving. Yes, I'm excited for Monday. But anyways, I will end the stream. Well, did I end it? No, I didn't. I was like, what's going on there? Thank you so much. 2-hour stream. Awesome. I don't know if they'll all be 2 hours. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. But